God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind and therefore everything. God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind and therefore everything. Dear Divine Ones, this is lesson number 30. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. The idea for today is the springboard for vision. From this idea will the world open up before you, and you will look upon it and see in it what you have never seen before, nor will what you saw before be even faintly visible to you. Today we are trying to use a new kind of projection. We are not attempting to get rid of what we do not like by seeing it outside. Instead, we are trying to see in the world what is in our minds, and what we want to recognize is there. Thus, we are trying to join with what we see rather than keeping it apart from us. That is the fundamental difference between vision and the way you see. Today's idea should be applied as often as possible throughout the day. Whenever you have a moment or so, repeat it to yourself slowly, looking about you and trying to realize that the idea applies to everything you do see now or could see now if it were within the range of your sight. Real vision is not limited to concepts such as near and far. To help you begin to get used to this idea, try to think of things beyond your present range as well as those you can actually see as you apply today's idea. Real vision is not only unlimited by space and distance, but it does not depend on the body's eyes at all. The mind is its only source. To aid in helping you to become more accustomed to this idea as well, devote several practice periods to applying today's idea with your eyes closed, using whatever subjects come to mind and looking within rather than without. Today's idea applies equally to both. God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind and therefore everything. God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind and therefore everything. God is in everything I see, because God is in my mind and therefore everything. God is in everything I see, ourselves. We're not trying to project whatever we don't like outside and say, that is something else. We're not like that. Instead, we're looking inside. We're finding the holiness inside of ourselves. And then we're looking and saying, this beautiful sacredness is in everyone and everything I see. Because we're not separate. The ego does not like this. The ego wants to judge everything. In fact, the ego needs judgment like it needs air. It can't live without it because judgment is what keeps the idea that we're separate alive. It's keeping everything in place. It's creating the separation and the difference. It's saying one or the other, good or bad, hot or cold, beautiful or ugly. It's making all the distinctions. It's making all the judgments. And so even if we see something that's quite hard to see, that we don't understand, instead of judging it and saying this is because somebody somewhere else is doing something terrible, what if we really looked straight into the eyes of pain or grief and suffering and looked through to the holiness, looked through to the possibility of finding love there? I think our actions would be much more effective from that place. Because if we come with judgment and anger and rage, then we're not open-minded. We're closed, and we're bringing that same frequency of judgment, hatred, and separation. And that's not a place of solution. That's only a place of separation. So how can we bring this vision of sacredness to everything and everyone? Without exception. I look forward to being with you again tomorrow.